Welcome to my Yin Flow for beginners. Several of you have mentioned that you've never practiced Yin, so I thought I would put together a little video with some postures that kind of explain the theory behind Yin Yoga. In Yin Yoga, we hold the postures anywhere from 1 minute to 7 or 8 minutes, generally between 3 and 5 though. And the benefits are that it allows not just yourself to get into the posture, but the posture itself allows you to get into your body. So the best times to practice Yin postures are in the morning when your muscles are cool and sort of stiff, maybe. Or at night, believe it or not, it helps you to relax into your bones and your tissues, and it could aid in helping you get a better night's sleep. I tend to do a few postures before getting into a vigorous practice. At the beginning of a power, for instance, it'd be great to do a few of these postures. So notice how it feels in your body. And notice how you feel after the practice. And then choose the postures perhaps that feel good before you take your run, let's say, and then maybe do a few after your run, or whatever other vigorous exercise you may do. All right, so let's begin in a seated position. And if it's uncomfortable for you to sit cross-legged like me, you can extend one leg, or you can sit up on your shins. Another nice thing is to sit up on a pillow or a blanket. So it's great to have a pillow or blocks with you when you practice Yin, because it also will help you to modify any postures as we go along. All right? So if you don't have that, hit pause and go get those now. If you're choosing to sit up on a pillow, try not to sit in the middle, but sit towards the front edge of the pillow so that your hips are actually seated and tilting forward. It's going to relieve your lower back a little bit and let your hips soften. So find your comfortable still. Close your eyes and relax your palms, your hands, wherever they're comfortable. You can even interlace them and place them over your ankles. Soften your belly, soften your thighs, and soften the tops of your shoulders and your neck. When you come to a posture, beginning with this very first one, find that perfect position where the body feels open, yet not completely relaxed. If you remember the story of Goldilocks and the 3 bears, you want to find that Goldilocks bed, right? Not too hard, not too soft, but just right. Maybe bring the elbows a little closer to the rib cage and let your collarbone widen. And then begin to tune into your breathing. Let your belly expand with each inhale. Really fill it up. And with the exhale, soften and let the belly pull in towards the spine. Feel your spine lengthen. your jaw soften. And ask yourself why you came to the mat. Why are you here to practice? It's important for any yoga practice to be very clear with your intention. Whether we're moving slowly or through a power flow, we want to move with attention and intention. So take a few more breaths. And the next time that you inhale, pause at the top, holding the breath. Open the mouth and exhale it out. From here, we're going to move into the next posture. If you're seated on that pillow, you can remain there. For our butterfly fold, we're going to extend the legs slightly forward and bring the soles of the feet to touch. Taking your hands on your shins or your ankles, I want you to lift your chest away from your belly button, getting some length in the front part of the body, and then begin to hinge forward, right from your hip bones. If your knees are way up here and you have a lot of tension on the outsides of the thighs and the hips, you can take a block or a couple of pillows and let the pillows and blocks support the outer thighs. As you start to hinge forward, start to pull the elbows in and let the head fall towards the floor. If this is very uncomfortable, you can give your torso a little support by placing the pillow on top of your thighs. Nestle it right into the belly so that your chest, your upper body can fall forward. If you need a little support for your head, you can create a tower with your fists or place the elbows on your bolster or the floor and support the head in your palms. So find that just right space. Taking notice how each part of your body feels. Start to focus once again on your intention. Begin to soften your jaw. And bring your awareness to your shoulder blades. Let them move away from one another, creating space in the upper back. Relax the muscles around your shoulder joints. And allow your forearms and palms to get heavy, sinking towards the floor. Notice the sensations around your lower back and your hips. And every time you exhale, see if you can soften. Letting ease come around those hips and thighs. Letting the muscles around your lower back release. Take a deep breath. Pause and hold it. As you exhale, open the mouth and let it audibly sigh out. We're going to start to shift your torso to the right. You don't even have to move the arms. Just take the shoulders over towards that right knee. Notice the sensations around your back with just that slight adjustment. Let your head remain heavy. Tops of the shoulders loose. And let the muscles around the bones in your legs soften and release. Take a deep breath, hold it, and drop your jaw open. Exhale it out. Start to shift over to the left, moving the shoulders and repeating what you did to the other side. Just a slight adjustment. Acknowledge if there's imbalances in the sensations from side to side. And place all your effort in your breathing. Notice your belly as it expands. And on your next breath in, hold your breath. Drop your jaw open and sigh it out, completely softening. Shift yourself back into the center. Making your way up. We're going to bring the hands behind and plant the feet wide on the mat in front of you. Windshield wipe the knees side to side, getting that blood flow back into the outer hips. And from here, we're going to slide the legs out into a straddle. Soften the tops of the thighs. Take your toes from side to side, maybe a couple of circles, and then let the legs soften, get very heavy. Move your torso right and left, and we're going to fold center. Start from the hips, hinging forward. Reaching the arms out, pull the elbows in. Using the pillow on your thighs if you need it. And as you drop the head, notice if you need some support by letting the head rest in your palms or, again, making that tower. Once you find your still spot, that Goldilocks position, start to notice the sensations, right? It's not too hard, not too soft, but it's just right. Where you're feeling some effort in the body, where you're feeling some kind of movement as you breathe. Take most of your effort in letting go, noticing and bringing attention to the posture. Take deep breaths. Now, as you continue to breathe, think of your ribs and let them move sideways. Expand them out as you inhale and soften as you exhale, like an accordion, bringing air in and out. On your next inhale, hold your breath. Open your mouth and sigh it out. Move your torso over towards the right thigh. Lining up your chest on top and folding forward. Bring those elbows into the body. Supporting your head if you need it. But letting the body get heavy. And if you have the pillow on top, you may want to adjust it a little bit more to the right and refold. Keep allowing your shoulder blades to fall away from one another. Notice the muscles around your right thigh and release them a little bit more. Keep the legs soft as you're draping the body over it. On your next inhale, hold the breath. Open the mouth and sigh it out. Start to move over to the opposite direction. Taking the same setup on the left thigh as you did on the right. Try to get the center of your chest over that thigh, and if that means adjusting the leg, pulling it a little bit closer to the center, then do that so that you really have your body weight over the leg. Let the shoulders droop down towards the floor. Bringing the elbows in closer. Allow the arms to remain heavy. Let the muscles around your left thigh bone release and soften. Keep that left leg soft. And then bring your attention to these next 3 breaths, filling and expanding your belly, emptying and softening. On your 3rd round, hold your breath. Take a little pause. Release, open the mouth and sigh it out. Notice with that sigh if you can relax a little more in your jaw, the muscles around your face, anywhere where you're not even noticing that you might be holding tension. And then bring yourself to center. Removing any props that you may have used. Rebending the knees, keeping the feet wide. Lean back onto the hands and take a few windshield wipes. Moving the knees side to side. So from here, we're going to move into child's pose. A couple of variations for child's pose. If you are a runner or even an avid walker, the tops of your ankles and foot might be tight, so you can take a blanket onto the mat And then place the top of your ankle and thigh, ankle and top of your foot and ankle, there we go, on top of that blanket. All right? Now, if you have knee issues, especially some of you who've had knee surgery, it's really nice to set up a pillow, a bolster on top of your feet and ankles, maybe even higher up by your calves. Then as you push your hips towards your ankles, it just gives you a little support. Bring your head towards the mat. If it doesn't reach, make a pillow with your forearms, or once again, bringing your fists one on top of the other. If your head reaches all the way down, stretch the arms out and then pull the elbows in to rest. The third and final option I'll give you is having the hands towards the toes, resting your knuckles on the floor. Such a great rounding position for the spine. Separating the vertebrae, giving that cushion in between a little room. Maybe visualize that space happening for you. Letting your belly expand against the tops of your thighs helps to create a little more of that space that we're looking for. And for these next few breaths, bring your attention back to your intention, that reason that you came to the mat. When you've finished your last round of breaths, start the next video for the second part of the practice.